Before we begin getting into the development process, we're going to talk about what software is being used in order to develop these applications. First of all, we're going to talk about NodeJS. NodeJS is a cross-platform runtime environment similar to the JVM for Java. It was developed for writing server-side applications, and its modules are mostly written in JavaScript. Why are we using it to develop web applications? The modules written on Node allow for a significantly different development cycle than what we used to do in the past for JavaScript. We are now able to write applications on the server side in JavaScript as well. When we start working with data calls in the later videos, we'll utilize a Node.js backend for ease of development. The reason for this is we can write in the language that we're already familiar with, JavaScript. The installation process is relatively straightforward. Download and install the application following its prompt, and then ensure that you add it to the path variable. There is an option during the installation process to do this automatically. You can verify your installation by executing the node ---- version command in a command prompt. It should return the version that you installed. Next, we're going to talk about NPM. Now, NPM has no name, so when you go to their website, it'll actually iterate over a bunch of suggestions. None of them are accurate. Nobody knows what it actually means. NPM is a package manager for JavaScript. It's similar to the concept of Maven in Java, where you declare what dependencies you need and it goes and pulls down the proper dependencies. We will use these in order to help build the application itself, as well as develop them with the dependencies needed to deploy alongside that application. The reason we're using it is because it's a great way to manage these dependencies. Previously, we had relative URLs, we had to make sure that those files move alongside the application, or make sure that they're hosted somewhere that's up 24/7. These dependencies are now explicitly declared and managed by NPM using a package.json, which we'll get to in a later video. Many of our build tools would be extremely difficult to manage without it. We would have to download not only the tool itself, but all of its dependencies. NPM manages that all for us. NPM is actually a default package included in your Node.js installation, so it should already be added to your command window. If you execute an npm ---- version similar to what we did for Node, it should respond with the version number. My installation is currently 3.7.2. Next, we're going to talk about VS Code. VS Code is Visual Studio's Code, a Microsoft open source project. It's the IDE for software development. We will be using it for JavaScript HTML. It provides Git interactions, third-party plugins, autocomplete, and a list of other features. So why are we using VS Code as opposed to any other of the IDEs? First of all, it's free. Second, it has all the features of a good web IDE without all the bloat. To install it, you simply download and install it on your machine. Similar like every other exe you're familiar with. Open the application. If you hit Control-tilde, it'll open a command prompt inside the application, and you should be able to verify your NPM and Node.js installations are both accessible through your VS Code command. The extensions I will be using for this application throughout the development process are currently ESLint, Dracula syntax theme, Puglint, and Debugger for Chrome. These help my development process become a little simpler. Now you're able to see what VS Code looks like. I have a sample JSON file open. You can see the syntax highlighting through my Dracula theme, as well as my terminal. So these terminals are fully functional. I can verify my Node version, as well as my NPM version. If all of these worked as intended, you should be ready to start the development process for the future videos. And always, remember you can contact me via LinkedIn and Twitter and find me here on YouTube. I look forward to the next video where we can actually get into some code, and I hope you are looking forward to that as well.